I have news coming in. A London-Mumbai flight has been stranded in Turkey. Over 265 passengers have been stranded for the past 50 hours. Elderly, women with the children have been stranded. We are told that the flight was diverted due to one medical emergency and a technical snag as well. Indian mission is in touch with the passengers in Turkey. There was also, eventually, because of this long delay of about 50 hours, there was a spat between the passengers and the airport staff in Diyarbakir in Turkey. Alternate flight arrangements are being made for the flyers. This was a London-Mumbai flight. Ashutosh Mishra, my colleague, spoke to some of the passengers. Here's what's happening on the ground.
Please tell us about the situation. Also show us around how's the situation at the moment.
So very happy to share that. So my name's Daras Mez and I'm sitting with a fellow passenger, Ronak Patel. And we've been here now for best part of 40 hours. We came here yesterday afternoon. It is now almost 9 o'clock on 8:30, 9 o'clock on Thursday night. And we've had no personal presence of anybody from our Virgin airline at all. We were evacuated from the plane, sent to the terminal, and we have not seen anybody since. The local team here is a very simple team. It's an airport that does not have many flights a day. It has very poor connectivity because it is largely a military airport. And we have been put in a gate area very close to the departure lounge. You can see the 270 people all here. We've got all ages and abilities. We've got lots of children. We've got a baby as young as 4 to 5 months. I'm heading now and panning towards the single toilet. If you can see, I'm zooming in towards there. That's the single toilet we have. It's not fit for use just now because it has hardly been cleaned the whole day. We've seen not a single person from the airline. We've had some food given to us, but we have no idea where we are in terms of plans to get out of here. Neither to get into a hotel, nor to have a rescue flight, nor to have the plane repaired and sent back either to the UK or onwards to Mumbai. So it's quite a shambolic situation where the communication has been absolutely diabolical.
So that's what's happening. Over 50 hours they have been stranded. Here's what's been happening, the visuals that are coming in from on the ground at an airport in Turkey. We'll try and get more details of what is the situation like. Clearly commotion. We are told there are women and children there. Not much of arrangements have been made. I want to go across to my colleague Ashutosh Mishra. He got us that interaction from passengers. Ashutosh, good morning. Tell me more about what exactly happened. What airlines is this? How is the government reacting? More on that.
It's 5:30 a.m. in the morning in Turkey, the local time, and 2 hours from now, 9 a.m. I'm told by the local time, the Virgin Atlantic has made alternative flight available. However, an email has been sent to all these passengers in Turkey, and they have been said that we are making alternative arrangements. However, that will only depend upon the clearance that they get as far as technical clearance from the local airport is concerned. So it has been nearly 50 hours as we speak. Many of these passengers have been taken to the nearby hotel to accommodation after intervention by the local Indian councillors and some officials who got in touch with the authorities at the airport. But as we speak, many of these Indian passengers are still at the airport. So this is a transit holding area. And last night when I interacted all of them, that was nearly 40 hours. And for 40 past hours, many of the infants were, their baby food was nearly in. A woman also pleaded that she wanted a trawler, baby trawler. She could be able to make her baby sleep properly. That was only a metal hard chair, no sleeping area. Most of these passengers were sleeping on the floor. There was one and only toilet available for around 265 passengers. As far as food is concerned, the 40 hours they could only eat cheese sandwich, and that's the only food was available to them. There was no proper healthcare facilities. Many were in need of the medicines, and after the SOS call, these SOS messages were sent to the Indian embassies, the officials there. The local consular office reached out to the authorities at in Turkey, and then some help could reach them. So we'll have to see at 9 a.m. when the airline says the alternative arrangements will be made. But the response that is coming from the Virgin Atlantic is extremely irresponsible so far. The passengers were left on their own. They were not provided any facility,
Is
even the basic
definitely
facilities
a
at the
long
airport.
time. It's not about just a temporary halt. 50 hours, remember? It's more than, it appears more than 2 days. Stay on with me, Ashutosh, because here's what has happened. Has some arrangement been made? We have a news coming in on that. We are told an update has come in on this. A few passengers have been taken to a nearby hotel. Indian embassy has stepped in to intervene to assist. Airline says a backup flight will be ready by 9 a.m. Few of the passengers still at the airport transit holding area. So that is what has happened. Ashutosh, so it appears some of the passengers have been taken to a nearby hotel. That means the Indian government possibly, do you think it's intervening, or is this simply the airport administration? And airline says backup will be ready 9 a.m. local time. I believe that would be, of course, Turkey local time.
It will be 11:30 a.m. India time when the backup flight has been announced. But also the airline says it will be dependent on the clearance. It will only be dependent on the clearance that they get from the local airport as far as technical clearance is concerned. Indian authorities did intervene after the SOS messages that were sent to the local consular, local officials at the Indian embassy. And after the brief interactions with the local authorities in Turkey, they could be able to make some arrangements, particularly for the senior citizens and the women who were, because I spoke to a lady who had only a 5-month-old baby at the airport and waiting for literally 40 hours for medical help, for local help, basic support that one would require, but particularly when you spend 40 hours in a transit area. So as we speak, some arrangements have been done by the local officials. Virgin Atlantic has not been able to communicate properly. These passengers were constantly calling the Virgin Atlantic in Turkey, in Mumbai, and even in UK, but however there have not been great response by them. And after all the disappointments, these passengers reached out to the Indian embassy officials, and some arrangements have been made for them. Still, a huge number of these passengers are still holding in the transit area at the airport.
Ashutosh, stay on with me. A little infant child in the arms of the mother. Listen into what a woman passenger stranded has to say.
We have been stranded here since a really long time. I'm not requesting my baggage or anything. I'm just requesting my baby's stroller so that she can sleep at least. I've requested numerous times to the authorities, but no one is here answerable for that. The baby food is finished. I finished the nappies and everything. I did manage to get and borrowed some of the stuff, and I did manage to get some of mine, but it's not enough for 2 days now. So there's been no clear communication about this, and we have been just left stranded over here, and this is really irresponsible for the airline such as this.
For 50 hours, these passengers have been stranded. Remember, whether it's about going home or a vacation, this was a Mumbai-London flight. It's been stranded in Turkey right now. There are different reasons coming in, a medical emergency, a technical snag. You can look at the commotion on the ground as well, women and children, even infant babies. Right now, it appears that the Indian government, the Indian mission there is pitching in, is trying to help. And we're trying to ascertain further details of what exactly happened. We'll be keeping track about the situation and status of the Indian passengers.